Hi, I'm Reuben from Acterys. We're often hearing that people want to be able to reforecast and make changes to their budget, and that it's far more difficult than they would anticipate. This is particularly the case for people who have complex budgeting and planning systems and long budgeting cycles. Often throughout the year, they want to make a quick change or a tweak to their budget and be able to see the impact in real time. Today I'm going to show you how you can use Acterys not just to make changes and reforecast to your budgets, but also apply commentary and put in place some complex workflows and approvals if it's necessary. This is important because it gives you the ability to carry out what-if analysis on existing or new scenarios without affecting the integrity of the initial versions. Let me show you really quickly a very simple example of what this looks like. This is a standard Power BI report, cross-browser platform compatible, very easy to access. You can see here pretty standard Power BI features. We've got some nice reports and analytics, some logic that's already been built for the business. Now what Acterys enables you to do is not only look at this data, but make changes directly from within the report without affecting the underlying integrity and to see the impact in real time. For example, I can come in here and look at this driver-based quantity planning model. I can know that for Q4 for the Tech Pro laptops, I'm actually going to sell 3,500 units. Once I hit save, it sends a command for the database server, writes a change in the database layer, writes an audit file of the log, and then updates in real time the output. We can see immediately the impact here upon Q4 and the impact upon revenue. As well as entering whole number changes, the user has a lot of flexibility. I can type in decrease by 50% to see what that looks like. I can increase by 10% here to see a change to the smart home category. I can make changes at a top level that roll down. For example, when I change these numbers, it's changing the underlying values for the 3 months of the year that form part of the quarter. I can do the same for a product category. What's important here within these visuals is that these can be applied to any data structure you currently have within Power BI. In this case, we've got down the vertical axis, product and product category. Across the horizontal axis, we have an aggregate of time in terms of the quarter and the month. Whatever data structure you have in Power BI now, you can apply directly to this visual the same way you would a standard Power BI matrix and immediately be able to write back that data. As well as being able to input numerical data onto the matrix visual, we can also capture commentary at cell level. What I mean by that is I can apply a comment directly to this Q4 Tech Pro laptop. This comment can be rich text. Again, any changes are logged in the database, the old value, the new value, who made the change, and at what time. And these comments are then available not only within the visual itself, but also can be accessed anywhere else in the Power BI reports because the information is saved simply in a SQL table. We can see here an indicator that a comment exists at this level. In addition to being able to write back data in a matrix-style format, we also have a table-edit visual to be able to enter data in a tabular format. Now, in this case, you can use it very easily for workflow or status information. For example, if for a given module, scenario, and department, I want to create a comment and also have a status, I can do that directly within Power BI. The end user can come in here to this visual, provided they have the appropriate permissions, change the status from in progress to completed or back. And when they save that change, again, it's logged and applied immediately to the database. You can then build your own logic on top of this in terms of who has access to data. You can have more complex scenario management and workflows in terms of approvals of one or more managers. It's totally up to you. The point with Acterys is it's extremely flexible. In the same way I have complete customization over what appears in the matrix visual, in the table edit visual, I can link this to any existing SQL table. You typically want to create a duplicate copy of that to be able to maintain the integrity, but you can technically give your users with the appropriate permissions the available ability to come in here and change any tabular format. In this case, it's comments and status. It could be a list of employees or products. It could be employee feedback. It could be data related to fleet data that you want to maintain in terms of vehicles. Any data that you've got in Power BI, you can turn into a write-back enabled table within Acterys. So as you can see, if you're already using Power BI for your reporting analytics, you can use Acterys to enhance your ability to be able to reforecast. If you have any problems with your budgeting and planning, please reach out to Acterys.